welcome back to another Insider. This week we talk about online profiles and what should we do with our online profiles. That's something that sometimes gets a little overlooked, and it can cause a bit of some issues if we leave old profiles and they're not updated and they're not used at all. They can sometimes cause a little bit a little problem along the track. So let's talk about our online profiles and what should we do with our online profiles. So online profiles. These days it's impossible to think about a business without a presence online and in several places. We start with our website, which is our main point of contact, and I've already said it many times. I believe that you are not a business if you don't have a website, because it's your shop front. It's basically where you should be found. But then we need to complement that with other profiles, social media profiles. In the case of translators, we have translators forums, translators websites such as pros.com and others. And it is also equally important to be present there, because we can get in contact with clients and we can get obviously jobs through there. But what should we do? Should we just be in every platform there is? I don't think so. So first of all, and I think it's very important, I think I've already mentioned this before, we just need to choose the platforms that we should be on. Because choosing every platform, it's not just going to be time consuming, but counterproductive, because it is impossible for you to keep a profile in every platform and keep that profile updated and keep working on that platform. Otherwise, your full-time job would become doing the marketing on those platforms, and you would have absolutely no time left to do your job itself. So we need to make decisions here. And obviously, as business people, we need to do the right decisions for our business. I would say that, first of all, we should choose the platforms where we want to be in. And how do we choose that? We just make a good assessment of our ideal client, that profile of that ideal client, the people that we would like to work with, and then we do a research and see which platforms are they in, what sort of content do they publish, what sort of content do they comment on and they consume. And then we just make another assessment from those platforms where our clients are, which of them we would be comfortable in being there as well. Because obviously it also comes to play our personality. What type of content do we like to publish? What type of content do we like to produce? Because of course some of us would like to do video in a YouTube channel, just like what I'm doing here. Other people like to write articles, other people like to do other things, and if you look, there would be a platform that would accommodate all of these needs. And of course, you will find clients in all of them. And chances are, and usually what happens is that your niche, your specialization will lead to certain platforms, because that particular area would attract those clients that you want, of course, and those clients in that particular area would prefer a certain type of social media platforms or a certain type of presence online, because it is more suitable for that type of business, or for that type of content, if you like. So in so many ways, your specialization will dictate, if you like, what you want to do. But of course, there's always those forums, those translator forums like pros.com, Translators Cafe, etc. And the most important thing about all of this is that you create accounts and you create profiles that you know you're going to be updating and you know you can cope with. Because if you overwhelm yourself with a lot of content to be produced, you will end up not having time to do your job. And that's not right. So make sure you you choose the right platforms for you, because you don't need to be in all platforms that your clients are on. This is not a stalking exercise. This is just a presence. You need to let them know you exist and let them know that you are open for business and you can work with them, but you don't need to follow them or stalk them everywhere they go. So this is not the right thing to do. However, when you make your choice of the number of platforms that you want to be in, then you must commit to those and you must commit to the content that you have to produce in those platforms. And in the case of social media, you have to publish regularly. You will set up for yourself that regularity, you make your schedule, and you schedule your content production and publishing, and you just go through that. One of the things that I would say is in social media and with content production, it is very important to have consistency. You should keep the consistency. For example, and if you know, this gadget report, this Translator Insider, as you know, I have two YouTube channels and sometimes I mix them up. This Translator Insider is published every Monday, so I always keep that consistency, that regularity. Sometimes I may not be publishing, but I always try to warn my viewers that I won't be publishing for such and such reason. This is important to keep that frequency. Then it is important to keep all your other platforms, all your other content updated, including, of course, the social media. If you have a change of address and you want your address to be public, because sometimes we don't, and in the case of translators, when we work from home, we are not going to put our home address online because that's not safe and that's not appropriate. If you change your contact, if you change the city where you are in, if you have a change in qualifications, if you acquire a new qualification, you should update your profiles throughout. The first point of contact always should be your website, where you should have everything updated first, and then you should go through all your other presences online, social media, forums, wherever, and update that as well, including pricing. This is very important. Everyone complains, for example, in pros.com, that when you go to statistics on pros.com, the rates that usually are advertised there for your language pair will be on the low side of things. Well, if every translator updates their profile and puts the real rates there, those statistics will eventually change. And that's important because it's a reference. A lot of translators use pros.com as a reference when they start to set their pricing. I know it's not the best one. I've said that many times, and I even say that on my courses, but it is a reference nonetheless. And you need to understand that it's important to have your profile updated. Also because what can happen and the problems that can happen is that if you create profiles and then you just abandon them, you don't use them, those old profiles can get you in trouble. Why? Because those old profiles are there with old information, possibly very old rates, and then you can be contacted by a certain client that saw, oh, well, I saw your profile online and this is the rates that you have advertised, and you have a little bit of a problem there. If you disuse a profile, just delete it. Simple, just delete it. And make sure that you don't leave old profiles because they can create problems. It is important to have your profiles updated. It is important that you choose the right platforms to be in. Going to every platform, it's not going to help you. It's not going to be good for you, even though you think, oh, well, I'm everywhere, everyone will see me. Well, it may not be the case, because depending on your specialization, depending on the type of client that you are attracting, some platforms may be just useless for that, and others may be the right ones for you. Again, if you are going to have a presence in a platform where the content to be produced there is not the one that you are most comfortable with, it's also a problem, because you will be producing content that you are not confident in and you are not confident producing, and that will cause problems as well. Make sure that you are confident in the content that you produce. Make sure that you are in platforms where your clients are as well, and that you produce the content that they want to read. Again, if you are creating content to attract clients, do not publish content about translation. Your clients do not want to hear about translation. They're not translators, they do not want to be translators, and they don't want to be lectured about translation. So if you have a social media presence that caters for your clients, leave the translation aside. Yes, you talk about your specialization, you talk about the knowledge that you have on that specialization, and you leave the translation side of things aside. If, like myself, you want to become, for example, you want to become a teacher or an instructor, just like I am, and you have courses and you have things and you want to help other translators, then you can create a secondary profile and separate things in terms of social media, etc., just like I did, and one side of things for translation and another side of things for your business. This is very important, because if you mix things, you end up having problems and confusion, etc., etc. So having profiles updated, having profiles segregated if you talk about more than one thing, and choose the profiles where you are really comfortable with. This is, in my view, the key points for success in all your profiles. So for today, I hope you liked this insider. I hope it just gave you a little insight of things and how important it is. First of all, how important it is to have a presence online in more than one platform. These days is really crucial that you have more than one presence online. Once again, the website should be your main presence. The website should be your point of contact. That's where your clients will go and search for more information about you. They may see your profile on LinkedIn or on Instagram, Facebook, whatever it might be, but then they would like to go on a website and have all the information about you and about your business in your website. So please, if you are starting out now, don't overlook this, because it is a very important part of your business, is to have a website and have your website updated, have your website with all the latest information about you and your business, your rates, your services. Everything should be in there. Your terms and conditions, everything should be in there, because it is your first point of contact to your clients. So think about this and think about your website as your shopfront, as your office, so to speak, and where your clients will go all the time. And then you have the social media. You choose the platforms where you are most comfortable with, and of course, where you can find those ideal clients of yours, so they can see you there and they can see what you do. If you do this, after that, you have to keep updating them, have all your presences online updated and with your latest information throughout, so the clients always see something consistent. Wherever they go, they will get exactly the same information. That is very important. And then, of course, just enjoy your business. I hope you liked it. If you have any suggestions for something you would like to see discussed in our insiders, please send a comment below. Or if you have something to say about this, what's your experience? What presences online do you have? Which platforms did you choose? What do you do to update all the platforms and keep everything updated? Do you have another strategy? Let us know, share with us, leave a comment below. And put a like on the video and subscribe the channel with a little click on the bell so you get a notification of a new insider every week. Before I go, I would like to thank you all for watching. See you next week. Have a good one. Bye.